Hey, what's up everybody? On this video, I would like to have a discussion about security. This is a very personal topic for me and a very important topic, and I just don't think, in my opinion, there could be ever too much information out there about security. Securing your gold, your silver, your precious metals, whether that be a stack or a collection if you're a stacker or a collector. But even more important than that, because let's face it, our stacks, our collections, this is stuff that can always be replaced. Maybe not easily, and it may take a long time to replace our precious metals, our stacks, or our collections. But what can never be replaced is ourselves and our loved ones, our families. So very important is protecting not just your assets, your money, your stack, your collections, but protecting yourself and your families, your loved ones. Security is something that I have been taking very seriously, especially since starting this YouTube channel. One of these measures that I will be talking about discussing today, I have absolutely failed at, and we're going to get into that as well on this video. But before we do, if you enjoy this topic, if you find this topic informative, useful, please consider hitting that thumbs up button on the video and let me know any thoughts, opinions you may have in that comment section below. And also, if you think that I missed something or if you just want to add something, let me know that as well in the comment section below. I'm also not an expert in security. I'm not a security expert, a financial advisor, a financial planner. So none of my videos is meant to be financial advice or advice in how you should go about the steps you should take in security. Just take everything that I say and everything that everybody else says based on your research and make the best decisions possible. With that being said, I have been beefing up my security recently, and we're going to get into a little bit about what I've been doing, maybe not getting into the exact details, not laying out a roadmap for bad actors or people who want to do me harm, steal from me, or do my family harm, a roadmap on how they can exactly do that. But I will be getting into a little bit about how I've been beefing up my security. Many of these security steps, security measures that I'll be discussing on this video today, I have to be honest, is also not cheap, very expensive, a very big investment. But we also, many of us have a big investment into our gold, silver, precious metals, stacks, and collections. And how much is too big of investment in keeping our family safe? I'll leave that for you to decide. A few of the best security measures, security steps, in my opinion, is preventative security. And one of them is free, and that's the one that I actually failed at the most, and we're going to talk about that now. But I think the best security is preventative, and the very first one, and the one that I believe has probably been mentioned the most here on YouTube and on social media, is keeping our mouths shut about what we have and where we store it. Now, this is the one that I failed at. While nobody knows where I store my precious metals, but I put a lot of my precious metals and talk about my precious metals and talk about precious metals on the internet. So that is the first one, probably the most common sense one, and the one that I have failed at by putting a lot of my precious metals and myself, maybe not so much my face, on social media, because I have never done a face reveal. And that is one security step that I take absolutely seriously. And many people have asked me the question, why do you never show your face on YouTube? How can I trust someone who doesn't even show their face? Well, that is one of my security measures that I take, is by not putting my face all over social media. Now, some people choose to go that route, and I can't fault them. That's their decision by putting their face all over social media. But some people have different reasons, maybe business reasons for putting their face on social media. And then some of these people who do that also don't necessarily show a lot of their stack and collections. So that's some of the security measures that they take. But one of the security measures that I take very seriously, and to this day, ever since starting my YouTube channel, I have not done a face reveal. Another preventative security measure, security step that I've been taking recently, and this is the part that I've really been beefing up, how I've been beefing up my security, and that is security surveillance cameras at my residence. Now, this is something that I've never had in the past and something that I've just added, and I have been doing weeks and weeks. This is what I do. Whenever I make a YouTube video, a lot of my videos take a lot of research, and a lot of the things that I do in life, I do a lot of research on, and security cameras is one thing that I've been doing many, many weeks of research on, whether you want to get a wired system or a wireless system, a Wi-Fi system. I've been finding faults with all of them. However, that's one thing that I have recently added is a surveillance security camera system at my house. And there are so many different options when it comes to surveillance cameras, a security camera system. You have the cheaper cameras, and I would like to also add, in a lot of cases, you get what you pay for. In this case, I certainly believe you get what you pay for, but there are definitely cheaper routes that you can go when it comes to security cameras, a surveillance camera system. You can go a cheaper route and buy an entire system for just like $200-300. But the visibility, the quality, the resolution isn't all that great. And then you have a Wi-Fi security camera system where you can spend $200-300 on each camera, which could get very costly. But then you're talking about higher resolutions, 2K, 4K, 5K resolution. Many of these Wi-Fi wireless cameras, because they're wireless and there's no cords and they're not plugged into a power source, are powered by batteries, maybe AA batteries, AAA batteries, or a built-in battery that you can't replace. And then there's also secondary power sources, or it could turn out to be the primary power source, and that is solar. Some of these are solar powered, whether it be external solar panels or built-in solar panels. And as long as these cameras get at least of 2 or 3 hours of sunlight per day, then it would be able to power those cameras all day long. So some of that is pretty cool as well. Then you get into wired system, a wired system that could take an expert to come out here, a professional, maybe an electrician, and wire up your camera system. The wireless version you may be able to install, depending on how mechanically inclined you are, maybe just a few minutes to maybe an hour or so. But then a wired system where you have to get a professional out here to run that, and that one could get even more costly. And then you would have local storage, maybe with a DVR or NVR. Speaking of local storage, some of these wireless also have local storage, some local storage where you can get free 24/7 live video. And then other manufacturers of these cameras where it would cost a monthly subscription. And then also a lot of these security camera manufacturers or companies where they require a monthly subscription, and then some of them will monitor your system for you, or you can choose to monitor it yourself. So many, many different options, and a lot of research definitely that needs to be done if you want to get a home surveillance camera system. One of the best things that I like about exterior surveillance cameras is, and now there's also the interior cameras that you can have as well, and maybe something that you would also want to do research on is the interior cameras. But one of the biggest things that I like about exterior cameras is if somebody were to come over to your home and want to burglarize or vandalize your property, well, they're going to see all those cameras all around your property and probably think twice about doing what they're about to do. So, big fan of surveillance cameras, especially on the exterior, where people will see that eye right up there staring at them, and depending on what type of camera you have, that eye up there may also be moving and watching them as they try to either come towards your property or run away. And so I'm very much a fan of exterior and possibly even interior camera surveillance camera system. And then with a lot of these systems, you can also have sensors for your doors and your windows. So if somebody who doesn't belong tries to open a door or a window, then you get notified, maybe a audio throughout your home, or maybe even an alert to your phone. While we're talking about alerts to your phone, many of these systems you can monitor from your phone on an app on your phone. Depending on the system and the cost of the system and all of that, you can monitor live video, live 24/7 video to your phone. Or if it's a cheaper system or cheaper cameras, then maybe you can only monitor like 5-second clips. So a lot of research, a lot of thought that definitely, in my opinion, that needs to be done when considering any kind of a home surveillance system. Then you also have safes. Now, safes you've probably heard a lot about. You probably even own one or two of them. But one of many things that I personally like to consider when I'm purchasing a safe is if you can easily pick it up, pick up your precious metals, pick up your collection, pick up your coins, pick up your bars and your rounds, and walk out of the door easily with it, well, so can the bad actors and the thieves that want to walk away with your precious metals. So getting a very good, a durable, a heavy, a very complex to get into safe, very, very important. Now, a safe is one of those other things that's not cheap, very expensive depending on which kind you go with. There's the TL15 and TL30, which I think is the starting point if you have a lot of precious metals. Now, if we're only talking about 1 ounce of silver, a couple ounces of silver, then maybe we don't need to get into a very expensive safe. But if we're talking about many thousands of dollars or many hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, then we may want to at least consider a TL15. What does TL stand for? I believe TL stands for tool latency, and the 15 and 30 is the time that it supposedly takes an expert to be able to break into that safe. You wouldn't think that 15 or 30 minutes is a very long time, and who knows, maybe it's not. But in my opinion, most thieves want to get in and get out, and if they come in there and see a very bulky, heavy safe, and it's going to take 15-30 minutes to try to break into, if they need a dolly, and also if it's bolted to the ground, well, they're probably not going to get away, hopefully, with any luck, get away with anything. So very important, again, in my opinion, to have a very good, durable safe if we're talking about a lot of precious metals, a lot of value in precious metals, a very good, powerful, strong, and complex to get into safe with a tool latency of either at the minimum 15 or 30 minutes, and then also a very good fire rating and water resistant safe. Notice how I did not mention, when talking about safes, a gun safe. Gun safes, I believe, in my opinion, are very good for what they're meant for, but not so much for protecting your precious metals. A gun safe, sure, very heavy. You may need a dolly to get out of your house with a gun safe. However, for an expert thief, even maybe a amateur thief with a crowbar or the right tools will be able to get into that gun safe in no time at all, in at least my opinion. So I don't think a gun safe is very good for protecting your assets, protecting your money, protecting your precious metals, but pretty good for protecting your firearms. Even though I like a very good, heavy, solid, hard to break into, durable safe, I don't like to keep it out in plain sight. That could be possibly a good idea for a dummy safe, but not for the safe that you're trying to safeguard your lots of value in precious metals. So not just have a very good safe, maybe have multiple very good safes, a dummy safe, and a safe that is very well hidden out of plain sight. And also, speaking of plain sight, if you're able to, like I do, don't keep all your precious metals in one place. I like to keep my precious metals spread out, different locations, if you're able to, with a trusted source, even off-site like I do. Most of my precious metals are not kept at my residence, mainly because I do put a lot of my precious metals out there for the world to see, to know what I have. So for that reason, I don't keep the majority of my precious metals. I do keep a little bit here and there, maybe at my home, but the majority of it I do not. Sometimes we may need to have quick access to our precious metals, so something else to possibly consider when trying to decide where you store your precious metals, whether that be at your home, at your residence, on site, or off site at different locations. But keeping your precious metals at the same time locked up at a trusted source, at a trusted location. That's the theme to this video. Safe. Keeping your family, yourself, your precious metals, your assets, your belongings safe. That's the theme of this video. Let's keep it safe. Speaking of those safes that I'm not the biggest fan of with storing your precious metals, your money, your gold, your silver, but is meant to lock up and could do a decent job of locking up those sticks that you load with a different type of metal that go bang bang. Those, for the responsible individuals who know how to store, how to lock them up properly, could be another deterrence from those thieves and theft. I do appreciate everybody for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely let me know your thoughts, your opinions in that comment section below. If you think that I missed anything, let me know that in the comment section below as well. If you did enjoy this video, found this video useful, informational, and educational, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up on the video. Thanks everybody for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to everybody on my next video. Thanks a lot, everyone.